can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. But something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Don McLean called this the day the music died. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the deaths of early rock legends Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
Hey, Richie, relax, man. Everything's cool. Besides, the sky belongs to the stars, right?
Buddy Holly, whose real name was Charles Hardin Holly, was born September 7, 1936, in Lubbock, Texas. He learned various instruments from his older brothers and began performing at talent shows and clubs in high school. Soon, Holly incorporated rockabilly and rock into his bluegrass musical style after being influenced by Elvis Presley and Bill Haley and his Comets.
Vegas blue, Vegas blue, oh how my heart yearns for you, oh baby.
After a few unsuccessful Decca Records singles, Holly and his band The Crickets had their first smash with 1957's That'll Be the Day.
That'll be the day when I die, well you give me all your love.
During his lifetime, he released 3 studio albums as a solo artist and with his band: The Chirping Crickets, his eponymous sophomore effort, and That'll Be the Day. Despite the band's eventual breakup, Holly continued recording profusely, and because of this, new material was released for years after his untimely passing. Ritchie Valens was born Richard Stephen Valenzuela on May 13, 1941, in Pacoima, California. He was exposed to Mexican and Spanish music early, and after learning to play multiple instruments, he played at numerous events by his mid-teens. Shortly after signing to Delphi Records in 1958, Valens began recording with a full band at Hollywood's Gold Star Studios. Though no full-length albums were released during his lifetime, Valens did record several successful tracks. These included the number 2 hit Donna, and a rock and roll rendition of the Mexican folk song La Bamba. Valens soon dropped out of high school to play shows across the country, make numerous television appearances, and to continue recording. The songs from this period later emerged on posthumously released albums.
Yeah, this is the Big Bopper speaking.
Giles Perry J.P. Richardson Jr. was born October 24, 1930, in Sabine Pass, Texas. He occasionally played with his college band, but really pursued his love of music when he quit his pre-law studies to become a full-time employee at a Beaumont, Texas radio station. Following time in the U.S. Army, Richardson was given his own show and became known as the Big Bopper. In 1957, the DJ made history after broadcasting for over 120 hours. He soon began writing songs and even penned #1 hits for George Jones and Johnny Preston. As a recording artist, the Big Bopper's biggest song was the top 10 pop hit Chantilly Lace.
Ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real loose like a long-necked goose, like a girl. Oh, baby, that's what I like.
The fates of these 3 musicians connected the night of February 3, 1959. They were headed to Moorhead, Minnesota as part of the 3-week-long 24-city Winter Dance Party Tour. However, the distance between stops became a problem when the heating system of their tour bus broke down due to extremely cold temperatures. As a result, 21-year-old Roger Peterson was hired to fly some of the musicians to their next destination in a small Beechcraft Bonanza 35 plane. In an ironic twist, many of those aboard the plane were not meant to be. As the Big Bopper had a cold, Holly's bass player Waylon Jennings gave him his spot. Valens won his seat in a coin toss with Holly's guitar player Tommy Alsa. Despite light snow, the single-engine aircraft took off at close to 1 a.m. local time, but quickly disappeared from sight. Due to the weather and an inability to establish radio contact, the crash site was only discovered the next morning when plane owner Hubert Dwyer found the debris miles from Mason City Municipal Airport near Clear Lake, Iowa. Poor visibility and pilot error were named as likely causes of the accident. The coroner reported the impact of the crash had caused brain trauma and resulted in the unfortunate deaths of all those aboard. Even after their premature deaths, the legacies of these musicians lived on. The Big Bopper was remembered as a record-breaking DJ, Ritchie Valens opened doors for Chicano and Latin rock, and Buddy Holly popularized the band lineup of 2 guitars, bass, and drums while appealing to both black and white audiences with his mix of rockabilly, country, and R&B. As such, they will forever be remembered as architects of rock and roll with an influence that reaches far and wide.